What if today I promise you a 13,000 monthly returns forever, the rest of your life? You don't have to call anybody, you don't have to do the follow-up, you don't have to worry about nothing. And as if that is not enough, guess what? That 13,000 is growing each and every time. This month you get 13, the next month you get more, and the other one you get more and more and more consecutively the rest of your life. What would you do? Would you go ahead and take that deal? Obviously, unless you are otherwise, you're gonna go ahead and take that deal. And on this video right now with you for the next 15 minutes, I'm gonna show you exactly how can you actualize that by yourself. The only thing that you need is only 10,000 with you. Surrender that money each and every month, put it somewhere in an investment. That's why nowadays we never talk about savings, we talk about investments. You throw it somewhere and then you remain committed for just as only 50 months. That is only 5 years and a half. You're gonna create that system and that structure that we're gonna be giving you that every time. And by the way, guess what? In case you're watching me for the first time, this is Good Joseph. In case what I do on this video, or rather on this channel, I post a video or videos each and every day talking about this specific thing. And by the way, before I even say anything, I myself am on a journey of doing this specific thing. And by the way, I started mine back on 2022. That is when Kenya got, or we went into the general election where we elected the current president that we have. And this is what I usually do. And maybe I'm giving you a tip right now. Each and every time we have something, for example, 2022, we elected a new president. And of course, 2027, we are expecting to go ahead in the general election and elect another president, or maybe re-elect the one that we have, whatever thing it is. Anyway, the point is, at every 5 cycles, I usually embark on something. And what if you do this? What if you also embark on something? For those who are saying 5 months, 5 years are actually long, no, they are not actually long. Anyway, enough with all those things. Go ahead and make sure that you subscribe, make sure that you like the video and comment on the comment section and turn that notification bell in case you have not done that. Yeah, I'm waiting you to do. Thank you for liking. Okay, now here we are. Now the budget that you're having is as little as 10,000 each and every month. Okay, that we're gonna be picking it out, or rather we're gonna be saving it or investing it somewhere. Where to invest it, I'm not gonna tell you. I've talked about a lot of things. I've talked about bonds, bills, MMF, rates, shares, stocks, and whatever the thing it is. Some of you don't even love those things. You can even go to the business. Just pick anything. This time round, I'm not gonna tell you something. Just pick anything, and these are the qualifications. Anything that is giving you something called a monthly return. These are the qualifications. Two, I'm gonna give you what we call the compound interest. All right, compound interest. And let me tell you one secret. If something that you're investing for a longer period of time, because for anything that exceeds 5 years is regarded as long term, make sure that at least you're getting the compound interest. Because if you sit on the simple interest, you are not maximizing the returns from that particular thing that you're investing on. Now, here we are. So if you pick something, you'll be throwing it 10,000 each and every month. That should be 10,000 multiplied by 12 multiplied by 5. Okay, whatever the number that you get here, I think it's approximately 600,000 plus or something of sort, and then plus the 6-ish month, that should be 10,000 multiplied by 6. That should make you at least 60,000. Okay, let's say maybe this give you approximately 660,000. Of course, do the actual mathematics to get that number. The point is this: if you are getting a compound interest of approximately 13% per year, all right, per year, you're gonna end up with over 1 million, 1.05 million. That is exactly what you're gonna end up with in a period of 5.5 years. Okay, and you guess what? In that period of 5.5 years, it will be an year, or it will be a period of, guess what? Three things, whether you like it or not. Number one, it's gonna be a period of sacrifice, obviously, sacrifice. And anything called sacrifice, it means that you have to deny yourself some of those things that you need, some, or rather that you want and enjoying doing, hanging around unnecessarily, buying those specific things that you may not need them right now, probably paying that rent that you're a bit, affluent neighborhood and what have you, proving something to people that you don't even know or even love in the first place and what have you. It's that sacrifice. And I told you one thing: money is very spiritual, and anything that is spiritual, they must have two things. One, there must be a language that particular thing that is spiritual understands, and two, there must be a sacrifice. All right, so when we talk about the language, that sacred language, the language that money understands, is the budget. And of course, that sacrifice that money understands is simply where you deny yourself some of the things, you delay the gratification. Number two, you're gonna have something called a consistency. Okay, consistency simply means you doing that thing that you say that you're gonna do consistently without you ceasing doing it, okay, until that particular period of time lapses. For instance, right now as we speak, we embarked on savings challenge of 100k at the beginning of this particular year of 2024. Well, in case you're watching this video in 2070, I'm making this video in 2024. So we embarked on a challenge of saving 100,000 in this particular year. And guess what? In that group of mine, most of the people are telling me, hey Joseph, we have actually reached the target. We're about to reach the target. What do we do once we get the money? And for God's sake and God's grace and will, if allows me, then I'm going to share with them on what areas we are supposed to embark on. And the last thing that, of course, matters a lot for you to achieve this particular thing, because obviously I know and I agree it is easier said than done. That's true. I do not promise it is easier done than said. The last thing that you need is, of course, a discipline, okay? I don't know why I usually have a problem like writing the term discipline. I don't know. Discipline. I don't know the C or the S comes first, okay? Discipline. Let me just write those things so that you can know how I've written, okay? Anyway, it is what it is. So discipline. So those three things, they're the ones that you need. What did we say? Let's just recap before we even continue. You pick an investment that is giving you a compound interest. You put your money there continuously each and every month, and then once you do that, make sure that that thing is giving you a compound interest, and that one is actually compounding monthly. Now, after having these two descriptions, you can now decide, because we've talked about a lot of things in this specific channel of mine. Go check bonds, go check bills, go check equity fund, bond fund, money market fund. We've talked about things to do with rates and index fund and what have you. Check about that, what is giving you a compound interest. Pick it up there and move with it and be consistency with that particular thing. Now, once you do exactly that, a normal contribution, obviously, if you were to do calculation, is 10,000 multiplied by how many months are there in a particular how many months are there in 5 years? That is 60 months. Am I wrong? Am I right? Something of sort? Okay. By the way, I was wrong to say 50. I think I should have said, I was wrong to say 50 at the beginning. Maybe it's around 60, because it is 5 years multiplied by 12. Actually, it is 60 plus, we have the 6. So it's 66 months multiplied by 10,000. Actually, it's end up to 660,000. Normal contribution. By the way, I was right. Normal contribution, yeah. So normal contribution will be 660,000. And guess how much you're ending up? Over 1 million. So you're getting over 300,000 as a clear interest. Can you imagine if you just let that money lay or sit idle in your bank? How many of you have these hundreds of thousands lying idle in a bank? You don't even know what you can do. You are confused. Money just there. And remember one thing we say, do not idolize your money unless maybe you're committing yourself towards achieving a particular thing. Are we together up to that particular point? Then if you are together at that particular point, why are you denying me? You're like, why are you doing exactly that? Go ahead and hit that like button and make sure that you subscribe, turn that notification bell, and also comment on the comment section. Tell me where you're watching me from. Or, by the way, have you already embarked on this kind of a savings and all other this kind of an investment and such kind of a thing? So anyway, it is what it is. So anyway, basically that is exactly what you do. And guess what happens now? Okay, because I know the question is, hey Joseph, it's okay, I understand that. Now where is the 13,000 coming from that you said I'm gonna be earning forever? Yeah, just hang on, okay? Just the rubber is meeting the road. Now here we are. Now when you reach this particular amount of money, that is 1 point. Now when you hit that approximate 1.5 m as what you have the total investment in that particular place that you're having, what we are looking forward is something called the returns. Okay, the returns. And of course the returns that we are getting here, of course we are targeting it at a monthly rate. Okay, I'm assuming that what you had made a decision to invest on that is giving you that returns, or that compound interest is giving you the monthly returns. Okay, now that what is giving you monthly returns, approximately we talked about 13% interest, 13% interest per year. Okay, if it is giving you that 13 interest per year or per annum, then if you calculate 13% of, let's even say 1 million, that should give you at least around 130,000, that is per year. Okay, that is per annum. And then this amount of money, for you to get how much you're going to earn per month, you simply divide that by 12. That gives you approximately 12-ish 12-ish K, or depends again with the returns here, can also be 13-ish return. So there you are, you have your 13,000, or should I say, so that I prevent you crucifying me on the comment section, let's call it at around 12,500 or something of sort. But remember one thing, we invested on a what? On a monthly, or we invested on a compound interest. Assuming you don't get this, assuming that you don't actually withdraw that, okay? Whenever it is made, you just plow it back, you plow it back. You simply need to plow it back like 2 or 3 months. And then there you are, you're getting up so 15, within 4 or 5 months, you're getting, so simply means by the time now, say, you decide to put that money there for a little bit of another 6 months for you to hit the 6th year, we are almost speaking the language of close to 18 or even 20K per month, depends on that return that you're having out there. Now, that is the beauty of investing in this particular thing that is giving you the return. Why am I talking about that? Because let me explain this. For you to get 10,000 monthly return, let's say approximately 10,000 in a month in an investment in Kenya, you need at least £1,000,000 invested somewhere. Let me repeat this particular point. For you to invest, or for you to get a return of 10,000, or say approximately 10,000 each and every month, you need to have at least £1,000,000 in an investment. And when I say investment, I mean like almost everything. Even if you were to build your own rentals, you still need approximately that amount of money for you to get that kind of a return. So then it means, and of course I've used something like 10%, okay, for you to get 10,000. If you get 12%, of course you get 12,000. If you use 13,000, you're gonna get more than that, of course. So it depends on that what you're getting as a return. So that is exactly how it goes by. And by the way, if then this sounds questionable, you can always take a pen and a paper, sit down, do the calculation, or approach somebody who has built rentals. Ask them, if then you and them, you are free, ask them how much they used to construct that particular rentals, and ask them how much are they getting. Then compare that with what I'm saying and other investments in terms of the return. And if you ask me, this is one of the ways how people achieve the financial freedom. And let me tell you one secret, before you even celebrate and you'd be like, oh my goodness, I've just cracked the code of becoming wealthy. Listen, sacrificing for the next 5.5 years, it is not a simple thing. It is not, has not. And let me tell you one secret. If it is a simple thing, then most of the people could have achieved it. So therefore tells you, indeed, it needs what we call the sacrifice, consistency, and discipline. And let me tell you one secret. The moment you involve those three things, that is when you draw a boundary between very few people and a lot of people, because only 2%, 2 to 3% of the people on earth are the only one who makes this success in life. And that's why most of the people tend to say, hey, there are some traces of luck. Indeed, true. I 100% agree. There are some traces of luck. And for me, I usually say it is by the grace of God. Depends, okay? For those who say whatever they say, for me, I say it's by the grace of God to reach that particular stage of success. But what you need to do as a human being is to control the controllables. And let me tell you one secret. Probably you don't even have this 10K that I'm talking about. Maybe you have half of this. It's okay. Continue with that. By the way, remember what we were talking about here? Putting aside 5,000 continuously in a period of 10 years, you have your million. Yes, this guy who has 10 gonna reach that at a 5.5 years. For you, if you have the 5,000, you simply need to tighten your belt a little bit for the next 4.5 years, on top of what he did. And then boom, you're there, you are. And you people, you on the same level in terms of the earnings, okay? Well, not necessarily assuming that he ceased putting his money into the investment, but at least you're getting what he's getting, or she's getting after that period of time. And that is exactly what you do. And what if maybe you have even way less than 10? Start with that what can allow you to do that. Sometimes I usually go to the levels of like I'm begging you guys to invest, because okay, you know why I do this? Because we were never served with this knowledge when we were in high schools, when we were in universities or colleges. We were never given. So I feel like it's my mandate to come here and show you how it can be done, to break these numbers and make it simpler, or make them simpler for you to see indeed there is something that can be made out of this specific thing, rather than us treating a big dream and think. For example, there's some of you guys, if you tell somebody a million, it sounds like a so strange number. It sounds like a number that cannot be achieved. It sounds like it's a thing that even to achieve that number, it is way impossible. It is not impossible. It can be done. It has ever been done before. The only thing that you cannot achieve is something that is overly has never been done, and it's actually out of proportion as far as the human capabilities are concerned. But if it has ever been done, then you can go ahead and achieve that specific thing. So the only thing, guys, I can tell you, just hang around, make sure that you do that. And if perhaps in one way or the other you may need my services for me to guide you, to show you how and where to go about it, you can always grab that number. And by the way, some of you are asking me, hey Joseph, where is your number? Shares with your number, and what have you? You guys, you mean you don't know what is the description of a video? Okay, let me today explain to you. You see, that's where we have the number of views. For example, if you click this video, okay, see there's somewhere where you usually see the number of likes, the views, you know, and then slightly in between there's somewhere where it is as like 3 dots like this. 1, 2, 3, and then the word more. Okay, click that word more. Once you click that more, then a description will open, and then you're gonna get a number that starts with 101, blah, 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 and then you can pick that number, and then you can give me a call. And there is also an email there. You can pick that email, shoot me a text, and from there we can get started and we can talk business. That is exactly how an iron sharpens another iron for just a coffee's price, for just a cup of coffee's price. Or if you need my booklet, it goes for only 280 Kenyan shilling. For now, it's a goodbye and see you in the next one.